So think about those massive ships you see, the ones that power all of global trade. Now, what if you could make them smart? Well, that's exactly what's happening right now in Oman. We've got a huge logistics player teaming up with a local tech startup to completely overhaul its entire fleet. And believe me, this isn't just a simple upgrade, it's a massive leap into the future of shipping. So that brings up a pretty big question, right? How do you even begin to make a whole fleet of giant cargo ships smart? I mean, these aren't just boats. They are literally the arteries of global commerce. So how do you plug cutting-edge tech into these massive vessels? Let's dive in and see how they're pulling it off. Okay, so at the very heart of this whole transformation is a really cool partnership. It's kind of like a David and Goliath story, but they're on the same team. You've got two Omani companies, one a massive giant, and the other a small, nimble innovator. And they're coming together to completely redefine an entire industry. So on one side, you've got the Asyad Group. They're the established giant, Oman's global logistics champion. And on the other side, Onsor Technologies, they're this innovative Omani tech startup that's all about IoT and AI. It's really the perfect mix, you know? You've got the industrial muscle meeting pure digital brainpower. And just look at the sheer scale of this thing. We're not talking about a small pilot program on one or two ships. No way. They are retrofitting their entire fleet. That's around 65 vessels, everything from tankers to cargo carriers. It just goes to show how seriously committed they are to making this technological leap. Okay, so that's the who. Now for the how. How does all of this actually work? What's the secret sauce? What's the technology that turns a regular old cargo ship into a smart, connected vessel? Let's pop the hood and take a look. It really all boils down to a simple three-step process. First, you've got the collect phase. They install all these advanced IoT sensors all over the ship, and these things are just gathering mountains of real-time data on, well, everything. Engine health, fuel use, you name it. Step 2 is transmit. All that data gets beamed wirelessly from the middle of the ocean to servers back on shore. And then, step 3, the magic happens. Analyze. Powerful AI algorithms comb through all that information, looking for patterns, predicting problems before they even happen, and giving the crew actionable advice. You know, what we're talking about here is bigger than just a shipping story. This is a perfect real-world example of what experts call the fourth industrial revolution, or 4IR. It's basically where the physical and digital worlds smash together. It's the heavy metal of a ship's engine meeting the incredible brain power of AI, all to create a system that's just way, way more efficient. Okay, so the tech is cool, for sure. But what's the bottom line? What's the actual real-world impact of all this? What are the tangible benefits you get when you make an entire fleet smart? Well, the benefits are huge. For starters, you have predictive maintenance. The AI can literally see an engine problem coming before it happens. That's an absolute game changer. Then it helps with fuel efficiency by optimizing every single route and voyage. And maybe most importantly, when you add all that up, it leads to a much smaller carbon footprint. So shipping gets leaner and greener. And of course, it all comes down to the bottom line, right? Asyad's own chief technical officer put it perfectly. He said this tech is going to slash downtime and cut down on those super expensive, unexpected repair bills. It just makes good business sense. But here's the thing, we need to zoom out for a second, because this story is about so much more than just one company's fleet of ships. It's actually a really important piece of Oman's much larger national vision. See, this whole project aligns perfectly with something called Omani Vision 2040, which is the country's big plan to build a modern, knowledge-based economy. And by empowering a homegrown tech company like Onsor, they're not just buying technology, they're building it. It proves Omani innovation can compete on a global scale, and it keeps valuable talent and investment right there in the country. So really, when you take a step back and look at the whole picture, you realize this isn't just about making ships run better. It's a story about building a nation's future. It's about cultivating innovation from the ground up and using that local talent to modernize an absolutely critical industry. And all of this leaves us with a really big, thought-provoking question. Could this exact model, pairing up these national giants with small local innovators, be the actual blueprint for how Oman and maybe even other countries unlock their future economies?